Who is Jay Leyendecker? A ginger from Laredo, Texas, who's fluent in Spanish and has operated as a professional hunter in Botswana. That's Jay Leyendecker. A kid raised in South Texas, where his grandfather infused this idea of how hunting was meant to be conducted in him. Spot and stalk rabbits and whitetails that at 12 years old created instincts that he would carry into spot and stalking in Botswana. South Texas is very much in his blood, and so is hunting. If you've ever met Jay, pull up a seat and listen, as you will learn something from guns to stalking, from South Texas to Africa.
Well, South Texas is where I was born, raised. My family has been in South Texas since 1847. And when I say South Texas, I mean right here in Webb County since 1847. I was brought up hunting by my grandfather ever since I was little. As long as I can remember, would take us out, and when I say us, my brother and I, and would take us hunting. And you know, he started us hunting jackrabbits, and then you know we progressed on to big game, and turned for, you know, your first hunt was javelina down here. There's a great abundance of them, so it was always something that's kind of a stepping stone animal into the bigger animals. And then we went into whitetails, you know, and from then on, you know, my life has revolved quite a bit, or completely, around the land and hunting. So little did I know at the time, I don't think any of us knew at the time, that the experiences I was experiencing for the first time with my grandfather in country that, you know, people probably hadn't walked in 1,000 years, you know, was leading me down a grander path. And that path was to the African continent, where I dreamed about, I envisioned my end goal of maybe one day, and I shouldn't say maybe, I was convinced, I wanted to become a dangerous game professional hunter. And with enough hard work and vision and pounding on my craft, I eventually succeeded in my goal. And the uncomfortableness, being young and just these wild environments in my home of South Texas, made me comfortable in an uncomfortable place. And it's so far removed from our civilization on this side of the world that it was the rock that held me in place and that kept me moving forward inch by inch. And in that, I got to experience and see things that I wish the world would have the privilege of seeing and experiencing. I would have never had the experiences that I've lived and experienced if it wasn't for hunting. The people that I've come to meet from across the world, some of which have shaped my life. Working with local people and wild people in wild places has instilled in me a very different view of the world. and where it is we live and how it is we see things. With my life revolving around land and wildlife, I couldn't have asked for a greater way or a greater avenue to be in and amongst the animals, which is what I wanted, was to be around the animals.
Hey Jay, that's the main gate? Yeah, that's the main gate, and that right there, that's the corner of this pasture that
My name is Jay Leyendecker. I'm a South Texan, conservationist, and professional hunter. Everyone has their own story. This is mine. It's in the blood.
Oh, there's definitely something that's going to happen in the next 2 days that I will never be able to live down.
Oh yeah, I can't wait.